Hello everybody, and welcome to Escape to Books. My name is Sarah, and this is my review of The Way I Heard It by Mike Rowe. Now this book has a pretty interesting format. So he tells you a short story about a celebrity or an inventor or somebody famous that you're going to know about. Most of these stories I didn't know. But after these stories, these little short stories he tells you about these people, he'll go on to give you tidbits that pertain to his life through that story. And sometimes it's something very small, sometimes it's something he was influenced by. And I really liked the format that he did, and it really broke up the book for me. Every story was new and interesting, and while I knew the people, either from movies or pop culture or an inventor that I had heard of, they were stories that I had actually never heard of themselves, like parts of their lives that you had never heard, or how they got into show business, or maybe a rough time that they were going through. And they were all very, very interesting. They also had some inventors in there, and the inventor stories were very good too. Out of the 35 stories that were in this book, I was only able to guess who the people were 4 times. Mainly because he'll tell the story, and then at the end of the story he tells you who they are, which I thought was really cool, because you kind of got to be like, oh, maybe it's this person, or maybe it's this other person, and I was wrong a couple times. And there was only one story out of the 35 stories that I even knew at all. So these are all very relatively, at least in I'm not super into celebrities, I don't get the magazines or anything like that, so some people may know more of this than I do. But I think I'm pretty into pop culture, and I watch a lot of movies, and I know a little bit about, famous people's lives. But this was a very good book, and anybody who just likes celebrities, movies, pop culture, anything like that, even in the inventors, I think is going to like this book. And then the tidbits about Mike Rowe, if you're a Mike Rowe fan, were pretty good. It tells about the different odd jobs that he took on in the business before he became a host for things like Dirty Jobs. I really liked this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I believe anybody who thinks about picking this up is going to enjoy this book. It's not exactly what I thought it would be, but I didn't know what I thought it would be. If you like Mike Rowe, or even if you don't like Mike Rowe and like other celebrities, I would still pick up this book, because this book was very good and worth the read.